Have you ever seen someone and thought, wow, that person is living for the Lord? Well, my person I see that in is my dad. His name is Daniel Smythe. My dad has always been living for the Lord every day of his life. He has also served the military for 20 years and has raised his children to only fear the one living God. Today I would like to talk to you about my dad's faith and his walk with the Lord. The first thing I would like to talk about is how my dad has served in the military. My dad was in the military for 20 years, and for the first 8 years he was flying Blackhawks. He really liked doing this, but it left him away from home and away from his family for sometimes 6 months on end. So he decided to change his work so he could be at home more often with his family. So he changed his work to where he was managing people building software for military works. So now that we've talked about my dad's work in the military, let's talk about his walk with the Lord. My dad has always been the spiritual, godliest person in my life. Every time I think of a godly person or somebody mentions this person is really godly, I always think of my dad. I think it's probably because he was always there and he always would help me through things in my life. Like when I had a problem or when I had a Bible verse that I wasn't sure about, he would show me and come and help me to figure out what he was saying or look at it a different way. My dad is also very open in his faith at work. My dad, one time I was going to go pick him up after work, and I got there and he was in a really deep conversation with one of his co-workers about when life begins. Now that we've talked about my dad's spiritual life, let's talk about how he raises his children. My dad has always taught me to fear the Lord. He always said never to fear anything on earth except for the Lord. Everything else in the earth is passing and not steady. The only thing that's steady in the whole earth is the Lord. He's also taught me to respect my elders. So many times I'll go into a public place or we go to a park and I see someone that's disrespecting their elder or their parent or their grandparent. I think, wow, that's so bad. And then I realize it's actually because they weren't taught as a child to respect or to love their elders as they should have. So I believe it's essential for every child to have a godly, fatherly figure in their life to show them what to do and how to walk with the Lord. And to summarize all that we've talked about today, we talked about how my dad was in the military and how he was serving the Lord there. We talked about how my dad has given his life to the Lord and has served the Lord with everything in his life. And then we talked about how my dad has raised his children with the blessings the Lord has given him. Overall, this is all indications of how it's necessary for every child to have a godly, fatherly figure in their life. I'm blessed, and I thank the Lord every day for having given me such an awesome dad, Daniel Smythe. Thank you.